If you're in the market to buy a Terminator Cobra, current year 2021, and probably the years following this, things are a little bit crazy right now. And for what I've seen from when I bought mine to where things are now, things have changed quite a bit. So I just wanted to do this video to try to help a few people out that may be looking to buy one at this current time. Now, I did a video similar to this right after I bought my Cobra, but I covered a lot of other things like financing and things like that, how to finance these cars. That type of thing has remained the same, and I'll link that other video either up top or down in the description, because those aspects of trying to buy one of these hasn't changed a whole lot. But where to buy one and where to look for one has definitely changed quite a bit over the past couple of years. I started looking to buy my Cobra in 2018 is when I first started looking at prices and everything else and where to buy one, even though I didn't intend on buying one until later on. I bought this in late summer of 2020, and all the things that I had found back then in 2018, 2019, early 2020, that whole dynamic has changed quite a bit from how things are currently going right now. Before I bought mine, when I was looking at the trend of the prices and who had the most as far as the amount of Cobras available to buy as far as websites and stuff like that, I used SVT Performance a lot. I used HighEndAuto a lot. I used Auto Trader. Car Gurus was another one that I used. Carfax, you can look up cars on that site too. Those were all pretty common sites that had Cobras on a regular basis, but as of late, they really don't have a whole lot on there anymore, especially SVT Performance. If you go onto their website now, and I went on there quite a while ago, and it can change from month to month depending on the year, depending on when you're looking. Some people will sell that more during certain times of the year, but in general, there are a ton of want to buy posts and very, very few people actually selling on that site. HighEndAuto used to have a lot of Cobras up. They barely have anything up there now. I don't know if they're getting out of the Cobra market or if they're, just going a different route with the business, or if they're just not getting the Cobras in that they used to. But that was another site that used to get a lot of inventory in for Cobras, and as of the past couple of years, they really don't anymore. So where are the places to look now if you're looking to buy one of these? What I've seen the most is most likely one of two places where I see these posted quite a bit. One is Facebook Marketplace, and the other one is in 0304 Terminator Cobra for sale groups. There are specific groups on Facebook where people sell these Cobras, people look to buy them, and those pages get a ton of traffic through them as far as people looking and as far as the people actually selling them as well. Now, there are some drawbacks to using sites like Facebook, either the marketplace or any of the Facebook groups where people are selling through private sales. And that problem is that this goes for like everything in life, there's a possibility of getting scammed or anything like that. And one of the main things that I pushed in the other video was buying through SVT Performance, because they have safeguards against that stuff. People have to have their username posted on the car, like written down and posted, and all the people on there are pretty knowledgeable as far as spotting scams from like either new members that come along and just throw one up for sale and it's not really their car, or they're just looking to scam someone. So there are safeguards on SVT Performance that you're not going to find on Facebook groups or anything like that. And that's not saying you're not going to get scammed on SVT Performance, that it's like LifeLock and you're not going to get screwed over or anything like that, because it can still happen. But even within that community of Cobras, most people, they don't necessarily know them, but they know of the car. They know that person's posted a bunch before with that car. So people have recognized a car, then someone puts it up for sale. It's like, oh, they're selling their Cobra now. But there are instances where you could get screwed over, and that's unfortunate, but it does happen. And the reality that trying to buy one of these right now is really tough. The demand is high, the price is high, and the available cars for sale is low. These cars weren't extremely low production. there was just under 20,000 made total between 03, 04 coupes and convertibles. But over those years, a lot of them have been lost due to either being wrecked or being parted out. And I know of some that have just gone away due to the elements that they've rusted out. I've seen photos of, it was actually a Sonic, not a Sonic, I was thinking Sonic Blue. It was a Mystic Chrome 04 Cobra for sale up in Massachusetts. And it had rust all over. The thing had definitely been driven in some winter type climates, and it had salt on it. And it was just bad shape. So a few of those have been lost that way too. But overall, there's just, unfortunately, we don't know how many of these are actually left. There's no accurate way to really tell. But there's enough of a demand out there and so few that are for sale that it's causing the prices to increase. One of the big things when I went to buy mine is that I wanted to buy one of these before they hit their 20-year mark and before they hit their 25-year mark. When these Cobras hit the 25-year mark, I think we're going to see another price jump on these as well. They're already highly sought after as it is, and then as they continue to get older and they hit that 25-year mark, I just think the market, even where it is now, is high. I think it's going to get bumped up even a little bit more beyond where it's kind of leveling off right now as far as where the high prices are going. But even then, I still see some going for some ridiculous prices. I know of a Mystic Chrome convertible that's for sale on bringatrailer.com. That's another good site to look for, even though the ones on there are pretty expensive. It's a bid site. Usually it's low mileage cars on there, but right now the current bid on that car is $54,000 with 700 miles on the car, and there's like 4 or 5 days left on the auction on it. So by the time you see this video, it's already going to be gone. But that's just insane that a car brand new that sold for $35,000 is now going to sell for $54,000 plus, regardless of it only having 700 miles on it. I was lucky enough to buy mine through a private sale from an owner that I'd already known before. I was friends with the owner for the previous 10 years. I knew of the car, I knew about the car. I just didn't know, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, that I was going to end up buying the car at some point, which is really weird, but it makes me feel a little bit better that I didn't have to go out and take that chance of buying one private sale, because I think most of the people selling these cars are good, decent people, but you're going to run into a few people out there that are not completely honest as far as problems with the car and issues that they may not be upfront about. And it's not that mine is completely perfect. It's got its problems and its issues that I'm resolving over time, things that I personally don't like about it. As far as running and driving, it's awesome, but they're just things that, either people don't think to mention it or they try to hide it from people too, and there's always that issue too. So that'll just about do it for this video. I just wanted to give a little more of an update from the previous one, talking about trying to buy one of these, just because the dynamic has changed on these a little bit, and knowing where to look is, one of the biggest issues when trying to get one of these. Because if you go to some sites, like if you go to SVT Performance, the last time I looked, nothing, absolutely nothing on there. There was bump threads from months and months and months ago from people asking, is this still for sale, when it had sold a long time ago, but people were just so desperate to try to find one that they were bumping old threads, hoping that maybe that car hadn't sold because it wasn't specifically listed as being sold. Usually it's updated to reflect that, hey, this car's been sold, but not all of them. So I hope this was able to help out a few people that are currently looking or looking, down the road, because I foresee this trend continuing for quite a while. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. I might know or may not know. I still poke around on sites looking for these for sale, so I still try to stay within the loop of how these are selling, where they're selling, and what they're selling for. But that will do it for now, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all of you that leave likes, comments, and new subs, old subs, all that stuff. And I'll have more stuff coming on the Cobra in the near future. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time.